Welcome to the Big Fat Quiz of 2024. Like Japanese knotweed, herpes and Donald Trump, this show just won't go away. Unbelievably, this is our 20th year of Big Fat Quiz. Things were very different back in 2004. There was a war in the Middle East, a terrible Labour government. England failed to win the Euros and everyone was excited about the new Oasis tour. Right, let's meet the teams. First up, a brilliant director, writer, actor and comedian who over the past 20 years has cemented himself as a national treasure and an ex-Hooters waitress. It's Richard Ayoade and Katherine Ryan. Nice. Next up, one's a loud, shouty comedian who doesn't know when to be quiet. The other is a loud, shouty comedian who doesn't know when to be quiet. Basically, if I were you, I'd turn the volume down. It's Rob Beckett and Judy Love. And finally, Maisie Adam and the man who cuts her hair, Chris McCausland. This early on. Now, I should point out, that joke was written before you got your hair redone. It now looks magnificent.
Chris done a lovely job?
You really have.
I can see now, Jimmy, as well. I got my side back, so that joke's well old.
I'm over here, Chris. Now, have you got team names? Richard, Katherine, you got team name?
I think rhyming names do well.
OK.
They're quick, they're easy, sums us up. We could do Drunk and Hunk.
Oh, nice.
Mumsy and Glumsy.
Drunk and Hunk.
Any ideas, Richard?
Those were both my ideas.
Or we could go with something very of the moment, something 2024, like...
Oasis.
Oasis, yeah.
What about O Canada?
What is O Canada? Is that a song?
It's our national anthem.
Yeah.
You have a national anthem?
It's a country.
Is it?
It's literally a country.
Are mooses bigger in real life than you think they're going to be? Because I think they're as big as a cow, but actually, they're bigger.
How the hell did we get onto the conversation of moose?
I mean, we're doing team names.
Sorry.
OK, so team name, what are you going to settle on?
Moose and Loose.
Yes.
Moose and Loose, great. OK, Rob, Judy, what's your team name?
Judy's got her own cooking show. My name's Beckett, so we thought Nosh and Becks.
Yeah, I like Nosh and
Nosh and
Becks.
Becks.
I like eating, but you're taking the piss. Oreo, brown on the outside, white in the middle.
Well, you're going to have to lead the charge on those jokes. We're both from South London. We could be Dirty South or something like that.
Yeah, we're Dirty South.
OK, Maisie, Chris, what have you got team name-wise?
Well, it's been a bit tense backstage.
I just thought we should keep it simple and call it Chris and Maisie, but she didn't like that.
And I wanted to call it Maisie and Chris, but Chris didn't like that.
No. So, I mean, they're going Dirty South. I think we could go, like, Angels of the North, because we're quite sweet and innocent, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. But we're not talking.
No.
All right, so we've got Angels of the North, the Dirty South, Moose and Loose. Right, now, we started this show, Big Fat Quiz, back in 2004.
Yes.
I'm going to check in on what you look like in 2004.
Oh,
OK,
no.
so
Oh,
here's
Lord.
Katherine Ryan back in 2004. Oh, that is... It's lovely to see your original face.
Chris, I looked phenomenal.
She looks
I was
great.
Miss Hooters Toronto 2004. There was an actual pageant and I won.
I could also tell you that she's wearing her thong above her jeans in the same way that Queen Camilla does.
Chris, it looks like a picture that Prince Andrew would say he was photoshopped into the picture.
That's exactly it.
Let's have a look at Rob in 2004. You know what? That picture is so much more effective than any other anti-drug campaign.
I look like Catherine's trying it on with me and I'm panicking.
Let's have a look at Maisie. There you are, Maisie.
Chris, this is me with a homemade mascot for the Euros 2004.
Was that to scare away the trophy?
It was meant to be sort of, come on, England, and it's actually a bit EDL upon reflection. And I think I've had a whiff of whatever Rob had.
Yeah.
At the age of 10.
Yeah, you got to make your own fun up north, Jude.
Right.
Chris, let's take a look at you in 2004. That's Mackenzie. That's the real-life scarecrow that you were making a model of.
So I came third
in a comedy competition, and Mackenzie Crook gave me something. I don't know what. Basically, I was asked for a photograph of me in 2004. And I'll be honest with you, keeping photographs has not been a priority since I got here. So, what I did was I Googled my own name and the year 2004.
I've got me back in 2004. This is a treat.
The shit you give her for having work done, your face has been fucking butchered.
There's even my iPhone now goes, come on, mate, put the code in.
Look at that.
When you stop playing tennis, you just lose the fitness.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what he looks like. I imagine Jimmy looks like he's got his face permanently pressed up against a window.
Bang on, bang on.
Do you know what confuses me, Jimmy? Is I don't think that you or I look any different.
Than each other,
I think, if anything, we need to get more work done.
and we will.
And what about the weight loss? What are we doing here? Talk to me. You're too busy to exercise. You're shooting up a bit of the Aussie P.
Shooting up. Yeah. I just take it socially. I can handle my fix.
I just think it's really nice, looking at the year, that we can now finally steal life-saving medication from diabetics and use it to transform ourselves into Christina Aguilera.
Right, let's get on with the show. Our first round is all about the year's big headlines. Back in May, Rishi Sunak announced a general election while standing outside Downing Street in the pouring rain. That was a mistake. Getting him wet, that is. I think that's how we shrunk him in the first place.
Is that real?
No.
Yeah, that's real.
That's got to be fun.
Sorry.
It's not. It looks like the new Borrower film.
There were some big losers on election night, none more so than Nigel Farage, who, as the results were announced, realised he'd have to spend the next 5 years in Clacton. Sir Keir Starmer became the new Prime Minister. Good for him, I guess, but I can't help feeling somewhere in the Midlands there's an Asda missing its manager. OK, who's up for some questions?
Yep.
Yeah.
OK. Question number 1. Donald Trump appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast. On it, he revealed his favourite word in the dictionary. What was it? So, when Trump went on Joe Rogan, he gave everyone his favourite word in the dictionary. What was it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I think
What?
so.
Really?
Yeah.
I know it, but I don't know how to spell it.
We're dyslexic. Do we get more time?
Yeah, we need...
More time than the fella who can't see his own writing.
We'll have the same amount of time Chris gets.
All right, next up, this machine was at the centre of a national scandal this year. Why? So, Chris, I'll describe the machine. It looks like if Keir Starmer was a PS2.
It's like a till. It's like a little screen with a keyboard below it, and then to the right, what looks like what prints out your receipt.
Rob, Judy, you won't be allowed to sit together if you're just going to giggle. We're going to have to separate you.
Neither of us can spell.
None of us can write either. That's what... Capital H.
Now, it wouldn't be the Big Fat Quiz without an appearance from the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School performing one of their unconventional school plays. Take a look.
I don't like you anymore. I don't like you anymore. Oh no, what am I gonna do now? My brother smells. Send tweet. Wah, wah, wah. Stop crying your heart out. Snap, 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 snap. Mister, will you ever get back with your naughty brother? I said maybe. Don't look back in anger. Okay, I like you again. I like you again too. Yay! We want tickets. I've been in the queue for ages. Oh, I can't wait. I got a lot of tickets, but they're so expensive. I will take 10. That will be £1 billion, please. We made loads of money, our kid. Can I have some more? Definitely. Maybe. Yay!
What's not to love? OK. Well, that was, of course, Oasis reuniting. What I want to know is, what very brief response did Liam give to this fan's complaint about ticket prices on X? Didn't expect them to rip the fans off as much as they have done. Is genuinely a shame.
And then
what did
he
Liam
replied.
clap back with?
Ooh.
That's just one.
OK. We're going to have a What Happens Next bonus round now. I'm going to show you at the start of 3 clangers from world leaders this year. All you have to do is write down what happened next. Here's the first one.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination.
He looks like he's just been helping someone knit.
One of the requisites of being able to stand for president is you should actually be able to just stand.
I liked it. It was giving Weekend at Bernie's for a...
Yeah. Weekend at Biden's. OK, here's the second one.
Wait, what's the question?
What happens next?
No.
What happens next?
Oh, what happens next?
Here's the second one.
I mean, my family emigrated here with very little, and that's how I was raised. I was raised with the values of hard work.
What did you go without as a child?
They both look like pictures in a shit barber's. OK, here's the third one.
All parties to pull back from the brink. I call again for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza.
You.
Oh, yeah.
OK, so are you ready for answers? You got everything down?
Yeah.
All right, OK. First set of answers. I asked you what Donald Trump's favourite word in the dictionary is. What did you think?
So, we know the word, kind of.
Well, can you
Right.
stop saying we, because this is very much your answer. I still don't think it's a word.
Right, so the
OK.
word,
What's the word?
it was something like triff. It was,
And
and it means like, it's about money. It was about money.
Oh, sir, pickles, sir.
Triff.
Trift.
T-R-F-F-T, something like that.
Sir, pickles.
It was thruff.
I'm going to go to Maisie.
Chris knew it, and it's defo tariff. And that
Tariff.
has made us even more shocked.
It was something like triff.
You can't get a
Well, it's
point
not-
for
it's not
triff when the
something, it's
answer is
tariff.
Let me tell you something. Everybody has a different kind of, tone in their voice. I'm saying the same thing.
That's right.
And it means something
Yeah,
like
terriff,
money. Terriff.
Oh, actually, now you said that, you said to me, terriff, and I spelled it wrong.
Right.
And I'm dyslexic, so...
Terriff.
You can't blame your dyslexia on how you pronounce words.
Yeah, no, I've got 2 types of dyslexia, actually. How I write things and how I pronounce.
Yeah.
But I wrote that.
Did you get this, Richard, Catherine?
We think that's wrong.
What did you write?
Joggers.
And joggers, could you use that in a sentence, please, Richard?
Here come the joggers.
Is it tariff?
Yeah, the answer is tariff. Points, no points.
Thank you.
OK, all right.
Yes, Judy, quality. You can't give them triff.
Listen, we're from South.
I'm
and
from
how you
South.
say
South,
it-
I'm from South.
That's how we speak.
I'm from
Triff.
South.
Dirty stuff.
I'm from South.
Oh, for about a week, then you went to Norfolk, didn't you?
How dare... What am I, Bernard Matthews? No, I didn't go to Norfolk.
Where'd you go?
Ipswich. It's not like I chose
Suffolk.
it. Like everyone else in Ipswich, we were put there under duress. And we're fighting it out.
OK, let's take a look at his very insightful response on Joe Rogan's show.
To me, the most beautiful word, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks, in the dictionary today, is the word tariff. It's more beautiful than love. It's more beautiful than anything. It's the most beautiful word.
Maisie, where do you and Trump get your hair done?
Oh, piss off.
I asked you why this computer made headlines. What did you get?
Horizon.
Yeah.
Post office scandal.
Scandal.
We've put Post Office Horizon screen till, because Chris started to get worried that we weren't going to get a point for it. So he said, just put all of the words.
What did you write, Richard?
Yeah, we put sub-postmaster scanner Fujitsu, I thought was what the company was.
Yeah, it's the sub-postmasters. I don't know what happened to the Dom postmasters, but I think they were fine. So, points. I asked you how Liam Gallagher responded to one fan's disgruntled ex-post about ticket prices. What did you get for
We're
this?
going to have to do this in 2 parts.
Yeah.
I said, shut up, you.
Bumper Clark.
He does say Bumper Clark a surprising amount.
He does.
A lot.
He does.
He says it.
More so than a 50-year-old white man from Manchester should.
Yeah.
What did you go for, Maisie, Chris?
Just shut up.
Brackets nasal.
Yeah.
Richard, Catherine?
I don't find you statements to be constructive.
If only that were the correct answer.
Because I'm finding him to be more emotionally intelligent these days and reaching out and actually taking accountability, looking at himself and saying, OK, let's center me in the conflict here. What am I bringing to it?
I wish you was my therapist.
Thank you. Well, after this, maybe.
OK, well, let's take a look and see if you're right. So he responded with...
Oh!
Sharp.
Yeah.
I've got some other excellent replies that Liam has given. And he's a genuinely funny man. OK, here's another one. How does Peggy, his mother, feel about the reunion? Liam Gallagher. She's gutted she couldn't get a ticket. That's pretty funny. All right, next one. Is this reunion a one-time cash grab, or are you guys back for good and bringing a new album? Cash grab! It's a great answer. And finally, Heaton Park, terrible venue for concerts. See you down the front, you big fanny. All right, finally, I asked you for what happens next. OK, first off, you saw Joe Biden. What do you think Joe Biden said next?
Instead of the president of the Ukraine, he said Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
That was a big story.
Yeah.
OK, well, did you get this?
Putin, yeah.
Putin.
OK, well, let's have a look.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. We're going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky.
My God.
It's bad.
That is almost like doing a thing with someone in the middle of it saying out the wrong name.
Yeah.
That's how uncomfortable that was.
OK, the next one. Rishi Sunak, did you get this?
Yeah, Sky TV.
Yeah.
Did you get this, Richard, Catherine?
No, we didn't. We thought it was something else.
I had to share a kayak.
I know, let's have a look.
What did you go without as a child?
We went out with lots of things, right? Because my parents wanted to put everything into our education.
So what sort of things had to be sacrificed?
Lots of things, right? So,
Can you give me an example of
All sorts
something?
of things. So, like lots of people, there'll be all sorts of things that I would have wanted as a kid that I couldn't have, right? Famously, Sky TV. So that was something that we never had growing up, actually.
He had to go around to his friends to watch The Simpsons. And the last one, Keir Starmer, what do you all put?
We got it.
You got
Yeah.
it?
We even drawed...
We got it.
little sausage.
Rob even drawed a little sausage.
Sausages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
OK. Let's have a look at Keir Starmer.
All parties to pull back from the brink. I call again for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the return of the sausages, the hostages.
Maybe he's friendly with Joe Biden, and he was trying to take some of the heat off the Putin gaffe. He said, I got you. I'm going to say sausages tomorrow.
All right, I can tell you, at the end of that first round, the scores are... OK, well, Rob and Judy have got 6.
Yes.
Maisie and Chris have got 6. Richard and Catherine have 3.
Wow.
Join us after the break, please. Otherwise, it's just me shouting at comedians. See you in 5. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz. We're appointment viewing, but sadly, that appointment is for a colonoscopy. Our next round is all about music. Taylor Swift's UK tour was said to have boosted the British economy by £1 billion, and that was just at Claire's Accessories. Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter was the song of the summer. The song is about Sabrina's lover who can't get to sleep because he's thinking about her, and I can relate to that. I can't get to sleep thinking about my girlfriend. What if they find her? All right, time for our music questions. You ready for this?
Ooh.
For our first question in the music round, it's over to Hollywood stars Chiwetel Ejiofor and Leo Woodall.
Ooh.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
In our new film, Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy, Bridget returns to the dating scene to find a new man.
And she's not the only one, as back in April, TikToker Megan Bonney posted a song about looking for a man in finance.
She listed 3 other must-haves in the lyrics. What were they?
Jimmy, the one on the left, how tired is he?
He's... Let's see that again. Leo Woodall on the left is very tired. Have another look.
Yeah, what's
Here's
wrong
a question.
with this guy?
Here we go.
What's his problem? He looks
He's very sleepy.
Who is he?
Let's watch it again.
Let's watch it.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
In our new film, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, Bridget returns to the dating scene to find a new man.
And she's not the only one.
He's shattered. He's absolutely shattered. And Chiwetel's trying to give it lots of energy by doing like... It's unbelievable.
OK, so a woman posted a song where she was
Yeah.
looking for a man in finance and it went viral.
Yeah.
Can you name 3 other things that she was looking for in a man?
Yes.
OK.
Yes.
Of course we
I
can.
just need to...
Richard and I are looking for the same.
Things...
Can't get the last one.
really
It's killing
OK,
us.
you,
So
you're
we're
a little bit quiet. You can't
It's
get this
because, Rob, the last one is the first one.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Think about the most important one.
5'8", big teeth and an average cock. Get it down.
Next up, here are some vox pops of some very fashionable young people. All I want to know is, what music trend of the year are they talking about?
It's everything.
It's just like not caring, do what you want, no holds barred.
I think it's a little cheeky.
Energy. Je ne sais quoi.
A little bitchy, a little sleazy. It's like a state of mind. I feel like it's just like a plane of existence.
Yeah.
Like,
By the way, me and Judy are hitting form and we're hitting it hard.
Yeah, this is
Watch
good.
out.
Yeah.
OK, next up, Taylor Swift posted this image on Instagram back in September. Can you tell me why it was notable? So that's Taylor Swift there with her cat. Chris. And final question in this music round. This monkey made music headlines this year. Why?
It's like a monkey in a tank top with, like, it looks like it's coming. It's like a big jizzing... Oh,
As in arriving or ejaculating.
What's the question?
What's the question?
Chest.
You've asked that on every single question.
We are a terrible team together.
Why?
We're having a great time, but we're not very efficient.
Wicked time.
This monkey made music headlines this year. Why?
Oh, I know who that is.
Oh, yes! Oh, my goodness, it's
Fucking smashing.
I apologise if you're watching with a dog in the room because that was quite high pitch. OK, let's see how you got on. We asked you 3 things that Megan Bonney was asking for in a man in finance. What did you put?
I suggested like a family Spotify plan. And Maisie,
I
do you
had
have
to
better ideas?
intervene. I had to intervene. I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. I don't know what else, but those 3.
That's it. That's the 3 things, yeah.
What's a trust fund?
What's a trust fund?
Yeah.
Come on,
Well,
Jimmy,
let
you
me
know.
explain. It's a offshore facility. Finally, something I know about. Did you get this, Rob?
So we got
Got it right.
6'5", blue eyes, and the way I say trust fund is...
Finance.
Finance.
Yeah.
Trust
No.
finance.
Finance.
So we
Because
wrote that because a
finance
bit like
covers-
tariff and
Yeah.
tariff.
So,
Finance
so in the
covers-
question I said she was looking for a man in finance. What did you put? And you said finance.
No, I put trust
Also
fund.
a man. You might as well have written
No,
a man.
I put trust fund.
A
But the
man
way
in
I
finance.
write it and say it is finance.
Finance.
Points? No points.
Okay.
Did you get this, Catherine?
Yes, we did, of
Yes.
course.
We also have others. It goes on to say moral relativism, can handle machinery, and has own Oyster card.
Here's the original.
I'm looking for a man in finance with trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
Who says blue eyes like that? Blah.
It's the only one I've got out of those 3.
Blue eyes. They're nice blue eyes. David Guetta did a remix of that. I mean, she became a huge star off the back of it. Take a look.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund.
But Richard's, yours would go down very well, too.
Yeah, moral...
Moral relativism.
Could I get a clean track of it so that David Guetta can do the
Yeah.
remix?
OK.
Moral relativism, can handle machinery, has own Oyster card.
That's a hit. I hear a hit.
And people will make it.
Yeah.
Oh, my days.
We're happy with that, are we?
Yeah.
It's no point.
OK, next up, I asked you what music trend people were describing. What did you put?
Wagner.
Richard did think it was Wagner.
You thought they were describing Wagner.
I mean, not well.
No.
What did you think this was? Rob? Judy?
We wrote Brat Summer.
Brat
Yeah.
Summer. Maisie, Chris?
We wrote just Brat, but
Okay.
yeah, both.
I don't know if they can get a point for just Brat. Sorry.
No, I think it's Brat
No,
the
it is.
concept.
You're right, Maisie. Brat is correct. If anything, Jimmy, Brat Summer is wrong.
Well, why don't you...
Brat Summer came from Brat.
No, no.
Brat isn't the contraction of Brat Summer?
No, Brat came
What?
first before Brat Summer.
Right.
You have
What?
to have an
Brat Spring.
understanding of Brat in order to have a Brat Summer.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we just...
Otherwise, it's just a summer.
What is Brat?
Brat is Brat.
What is Brat? I'll tell you what Brat is.
Those girls
I'll tell you what Brat is.
Brat's
Brat...
It's just irritating.
I'll tell you
I was
what
too busy
Brat
thinking about
is.
when you said they all looked wrong.
OK, Charlie XCX came a recent album called Brat, and it was a huge sensation. She described Brat as being, you're just like that girl who is a little messy and who likes to party and maybe say dumb things sometimes,
Yeah.
who feels herself, but maybe also has a breakdown, but kind of, like, parties through it and is very honest, very blunt, a little bit volatile, like, does dumb things.
Wow.
That is a long-ass description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Joe Biden might have been having a Brat Summer.
It said the Brat essentials are a pack of cigarettes, a Bic lighter and a strappy white top with no bra.
Yes, and you can have Brat and apply it to anything. You can have a Brat Summer, you can have a Brat school run.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Can you have a Brat shuttle launch?
Yeah.
I think I had a Brat shit this morning. I felt silly and it
That's
was
a Brat burst.
I had a breakdown halfway through, lit a ciggy and then plowed
Well,
on.
you partied through it.
I partied through it. Couple more scrolls of TikTok, couple of wipes, I was off.
Would you describe Wagner as Brat?
I mean, Wagner certainly could be bratty. Yeah. Don't count this out of the edit immediately. I'm just saying, in terms of the edit, just sit with the material for a bit and see if it sings.
OK, I asked you why this Instagram post was so notable. What did you put? This was Taylor Swift and the cat.
Oh, yeah.
that cat looks very healthy. Like, it eats well.
Could it be a fake
Yeah.
cat?
No, that's a real-ass pussy.
To be fair...
If David Guetta wants the rights to that, have them.
That guy is a trust fund and 6'5" away from being the
With
ideal
blue
cat.
eyes. Yeah, that cat is...
OK, can you tell me why that photo was notable?
The cat is missing its torso, but she's hiding it.
Or is it because she called herself a Catwoman and backed Kamala Harris? Was
Yeah.
that it?
Yeah.
Because
that is the right
the
answer,
Trump
yes.
guy.
She backed Kamala Harris because J.D. Vance, the
Vance,
vice
see?
presidential candidate, described Democratic politicians as a bunch of childless cat ladies with miserable lives. And in other news, J.D. Vance is now presenting MasterChef. Did everyone get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone got that? OK, great. Finally, I asked you why this monkey made music headlines this year.
Robbie Williams is a monkey, isn't he, in this film? Oh, there's a monkey who is Robbie Williams.
Did he get a monkey to play him in his documentary?
look
In a
real.
documentary? What?
No, like, obviously...
You thought that might be a documentary?
No.
No, let's have a look at a clip of the documentary about Robbie's life.
I'm Robbie Williams. This is my story, but I'm not going to tell it in an ordinary way because I don't see myself how others see me.
For the next 2 hours, your ass is mine!
Wow. Yeah, that's not a documentary, is it?
You've got a keen eye.
No.
If you had the film of your life, Jimmy, what animal would you get to play you?
Cockroach.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I reckon if you froze Jimmy, he'd come back to life as well.
Oh, they've tried.
If you kill him, he's just
Yeah.
gonna come back more. Could you imagine hundreds of little Jimmys?
Oh, yeah.
Big heads, little bodies running up around the place.
It's like watching digital TV late at night.
Yeah.
Jimmy's fucking everywhere.
Nuclear holocaust. The only thing left is fucking Jimmy Carr.
Him and 20,000 accountants scurrying around.
All right, and let's have a look and see how you're doing. So I could tell you, Richard, Catherine, you have 7 points. Rob, Judy, you have 9 points. Maisie and Chris are in the lead with 10.
Yes, Chris. Nice one.
Well, that's it for this part. As my girlfriend said when she walked in on me covered in baby oil, doing the splits over a Navy SEAL's chin, I think it's time for a break. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz. Some people are already saying this is the biggest and best quiz we've ever done. And those people work in the Channel 4 press office. This round is all about film and TV. The sequel to The Joker surprised many, as it was a musical. But if I want to see people wearing too much makeup and singing badly, I'll buy tickets to see the Sugar Babes.
You take that back!
It's going to get worse.
Oh, God.
The cinematic version of Wicked was released in November, but if I want to see angry witches fighting each other, I'll just watch Loose Women.
I knew you was coming for us. That's why you never come on the show.
I'm a big star.
Come on.
I love hearing your affirmations. I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy. It's financially questionable, but not illegal. It's financially... Sorry.
We had Rishi Sunak on.
We had Rishi Sunak on.
Yeah, there are loads of unlikable people. You'll be fine.
OK, all right. I've got some film and TV questions for you. For our first question, it's over to Aidan Turner and Danny fucking Dyer.
Hi, Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy. In our new show, Rivals, things get a little bit saucy, but not as saucy as one of the quotes of the year, which was...
For me, I always take it from the back because it's got that lovely crispy rim. So I'm going to get in there, and that's just the best bit. Proper filth.
All we want to know is who said it and what on earth were they talking about?
This is how you do it. That is how you read the fucking quiz. Thank you.
That's how you do it.
Much better.
That was proper. I actually knew it was going on.
That was so good my chair collapsed. I had no idea how to get back up.
You look like Rishi Sunak now, going to a fundraiser.
Catherine.
I've got no Sky TV. It looks like a magician that's panicking.
How are we going to get
Catherine,
you out?
if you could reach over and pump him up.
I can pump
I think this won't look at all questionable.
I don't need that gif in my life.
Catherine, I think we already have the meme. OK, Aidan Turner and Danny Dyer wanted to know who said this and what were they talking about. For me, I always take it from the back because it's got that lovely crispy rim, so I'm going to get in there, and that's just the best bit. So what were they talking about? OK, next, here's a clip from a baffling event in New York back in October. Just tell me what's going on.
Guys, clear it out.
I think that would be my guess.
No idea. In that video, Chris, there's a bunch of guys that all look sort of similar.
Yeah.
It's like a gathering of hipsters.
Tough one. The spelling's got well out of hand here.
All right, next up, a TV show of the year went viral for its unique audio descriptions. I'm going to play in the audio description of an iconic scene. All I want to know is what is the show. Let's have a listen to the eloquent and very evocative audio.
Oh, finally, a fucking video I can do.
Yeah, there you go.
That is fair.
Apparently, you've just played me one of the lookalike competitions.
OK, well, here's one for you, Chris.
He presses his lips to hers, flattening her against the back of her seat. His hand slides up her skirt, coming to rest at her hip. She grips his lapel as they kiss fervently. He pulls back and slowly slips one of her puffed sleeves down along the creamy skin of her shoulder. He brushes his lips over her throat and the yielding flesh below.
Master Chef.
I literally just finished writing Greg Wallace Inside the Factory.
OK, what show was being described there? What scene and what show? OK, for our final question, we have a real treat. She's a genuine Hollywood star. Please welcome... Well, I'm going to go and get her. I'm going to go and get Peggy.
Peggy?
Yeah, where's Peggy?
Oh, it's a dog.
I've got Peggy.
It's a dog. Like Jimmy's holding it in both arms.
Hello, Peggy. Now...
Tongue's hanging out the side of its mouth.
Don't say hello, Peggy. It's such a cute one. So Peggy was the star this year of a big movie. Name the role she played. Now, Chris, you can't see her, so do you want to touch her face like you're Lionel Richie in Hello?
Chris, I'm going to intervene here and say, whatever you do, do not touch that fucking dog.
Why? Maisie is just jealous because someone's got the same haircut as Peggy. So this... So hang on, I'm gonna bring her over here.
You genuinely bring...
So Chris,
Is this a real dog?
Yeah, it's a beautiful dog. So if you just put your hand on her, I'll give me the hand there. I'll just put it on the tummy.
Oh my goodness!
Now I know, Chris, that feels like a ball sack, but now I'm gonna let you touch the dog.
This is where you get your hair from.
Okay, so we'll do the answers. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with Peggy. Oh, yeah, she's doing a little purr.
No, this is starting to make you look normal, Jimmy.
OK, all right, let's go to answers. For me, I always take it from the back because it's got that lovely crispy rim, so I'm going to get in there, and that's just the best bit. Who said that?
We put Jamie Oliver on a cooking show talking about a roast bird.
Yeah.
And what have you got, Catherine?
We knew it was
Richard?
Jamie Oliver. We weren't sure exactly what food.
And you've said?
Jamie Oliver, but I didn't know.
Points. Have a look at this very erotic moment.
Let's have a try. Now, for me, I always take it from the back because it's got that lovely crispy rim. So I'm going to get in there, and that's just the best bit, honestly.
He knew, didn't he? Sure.
OK, all right.
Also, you're going to eat the end anyway, so just wait your turn, Jay.
Next, I showed you a clip of an event taking place in New York and asked you what the event was. What do you all think?
Well, we said lookalike, and Judy's written Timothy Shamalamalaylola.
Oh, I love that song.
Chalamet.
Maisie, Chris?
Can we get 2 points for this? Because we put Timothy Chalamet look-alike, but Chris rightfully pointed out he doesn't know what Timothy Chalamet looks like in the first place.
OK, so points. I asked you what the audio description was, the sexy audio description. Did you get this? Rob, Judy?
Bridgerton.
Maisie, Chris?
We guessed Bridgerton because they shag a lot.
Yeah.
Did you get Bridgerton?
I knew.
It was the steamy carriage scene of Bridgerton. And finally, I asked you, my new best friend, Peggy, who do you think she played?
Citizen Kane.
Deadpool, police officer.
And who did she play?
The dog bit.
A police officer.
Maisie, what did you write?
The ball sack in Saltburn 2.
Peggy was, of course, Dogpool in Deadpool versus Wolverine. Say goodbye, Peggy.
Bye, Peggy.
Bye, Peggy. I love Peggy.
Oh, my God, this is the best bit of the show by far. Hang on.
Oh,
God,
bless her.
She's amazing.
Is she British? Is Peggy British, or has she flown in?
She's British.
Oh, is she? Well done.
Respect.
Local talent.
Good. Now it's time for a special bonus round. I'm going to show you scenes from films released this year which have been subtly improved with an appearance from me. Just name the film. I want the exact title of the film. First up, take a look.
Flowing down, someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no.
This is amazing.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
Rob did not know that the faces had been changed. Who did you think it was?
Well, at one point, I thought I saw Kate Nash. But I didn't know. I've never seen any of these actors. Listen.
The technology.
OK, that's the first one. So here's the second one.
Scary, scary.
Jimmy, you
Jimmy.
have got such a transferable face.
Well, I know, he only got transferred on a week ago.
OK, here's the second one. Take a look.
Witness me!
Among us are 972.
just look so good with the bed.
Oh, no, this is me looking good. The third one is highly sexualised content. Take a look.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
So, you got 3 films?
Yes.
What did you think the first one was? Catherine, Richard?
Beetlejuice 2. Oh. Beetlejuice.
Correct answer.
Oh, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
We've gone for Beetlejuice.
And you've written the second Beetlejuice over the first one, have you?
The thing is...
There wasn't enough time. There wasn't enough space.
Chris, Maisie?
Beetlejuice.
No
Yes.
points all round. OK.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a look at how it should have looked.
Oh, that's scary.
I think it's better with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The next one, what did you
Mad
get?
Max.
Oh.
But
we-
Mad Max what? Furioso.
Mad Max Furiosa is the right answer. Did you
Yeah.
get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote
Yeah.
Mad Max and I just went Furioso in the middle.
In the middle.
Is that...
That's my interpretation. Furioso.
Yeah, look, there's the F.
Ignore the June 2 underneath.
That's a tricky one.
I just went Furioso.
Yeah.
OK, Furiosa's the name of the film. So, points? No points, no points.
Sorry, we were the
It's
only
Mad
ones that put
Max.
Beetlejuice. We have had Triff all night.
Oh.
We have had injustice after injustice.
Yeah, they should get a point, and we should get a point too.
All right, we'll give it to you. We'll give you Mad
Thank
Max.
you.
Fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank
OK.
you.
What was the last one?
Jimmy, I'm losing respect for you.
Yeah.
You're just giving out points willy-nilly at this point.
Give us a point, babe.
Good decision.
Good decision. He was brilliant.
Let's have a look at the Mad Max.
Oh.
Furiosa, there you go. That's
There we
what they
go.
look like.
Mad Max.
Oh, it's scary. And this guy's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
goiter.
And the last one?
The Substance.
Yes, The Substance.
Oh, yeah, is that with Demi Moore?
Yeah.
Oh, I met her the other day.
You met her the other day?
Yeah. She's not a big fan. I was like, oh, my God.
What was she like?
Who did you think you were?
Oprah.
Yeah, that's very... And can you talk to us about her face and body?
Do you know what I was going to say? Her face, her skin was immaculate. She looked amazing. It was tight. It was so clear and smooth. She had a lovely...
This is not a question I asked, so...
Oh, thank you. So the fact that I met
Did
the
you get this...
person...
Did you get this
She said...
right, though? Did you get Did you get it right, though? What did you write, though? But what did you write?
Demi Moore.
But what? Demi Moore. What?
Right, so I'm dyslexic, and that says Demi Moore in The Substance.
It really does look like Devil Wears Prada too.
I can tell you it was The Substance. So let's see what that's done to the scores. Richard and Catherine have 13.
Yes.
Rob and Judy have 15. Maisie and Chris have 16.
Yes,
Closing the gap.
We are bossing this, mate. Absolutely bossing it.
We're going to take a quick break now while Catherine tops up on The Substance. See you in 5. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz, where 6 comedians answer questions like, where were you between 9 and 10 on the night of the party? And how did you meet P. Diddy? This next round is all about science and technology. In July, Elon Musk officially endorsed Donald Trump. Just goes to show, behind every twat, there's an arsehole. We can only hope that Elon Musk is playing the long game and planning on sending Trump to Mars. Time for some more questions from the world of science and technology. For your first question, it's over to film star David Johnson.
Hi, Jimmy. Earlier this year, I played the synthetic person Andy in Alien Romulus. So when Elon Musk unveiled an army of robots at an event back in October, I was very curious. One of the robots was asked what the hardest thing about being a robot is. Can your teams tell me what it said?
So David wants to know what Elon Musk's robot said was the hardest thing about being a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some footage of the event. Have a look at the event.
And we've made a lot of progress with Optimus.
But do you not...
Ooh. Ooh.
OK.
Surely they missed the opportunity to get the robots to do the robot.
You would have thought that'd be the best thing.
Yeah.
All right, for the next question, it's over to Hollywood director Richard Curtis.
Hi, Jimmy. In my new film, That Christmas, we see a cluster of tales of love, family, and friendship, all kicked off kilter by a blizzard hitting a seaside town. Speaking of which, 2024 was a big year for weather phenomena, but people in the UK complained about missing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity back in May because they couldn't see something with the naked eye. Can your teams tell me what it was?
The real question is, what happened to Richard Curtis's body? Someone's nicked that.
He's just a floating head.
I don't feel like I can ask Chris what people might be angry about not seeing with the naked eye.
Richard wants to know what once-in-a-lifetime opportunity people complained about back in May because they couldn't see it with the naked eye.
He gave me a nice present once.
Was it a reel of film from Love Actually put in a little keychain?
You know, I thought I was special.
Yeah, he dishes them out to everyone. I've got one.
The problem is, I thought it was like a stalker.
You thought he was a stalker?
Well, I got the gift and I didn't know who it was from, and I called the police and all sorts. And
it's a weird little trinket from...
got doors changed, my locks, all kind of stuff.
You got a gift from Richard Curtis and you got the locks changed and called the police?
I didn't know his signature, and the film bit said, you are... What's the bit when he's standing
To me, you're perfect.
Yeah, so it said, to me, you're perfect. I've seen a scribble on it, and I've seen my name.
So someone said, to me, you're perfect, and you went, well, this guy's clearly a nutter. OK, have a listen to this audio clip of Michael Parkinson. What's unusual about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today, my guest is a man whose journey from a young boy with dreams in Florida to a global music sensation has been nothing short of extraordinary. He's an artist with a keen business acumen, a TikTok phenomenon and a devoted father.
OK, so what's unusual about that clip of Michael Parkinson? Finally, what connects these three things? Thousands of flight cancellations back in July, a backlog of GP appointments, and a blackout in Times Square.
Something happened.
I know what happened.
What happened? You don't know the question, so how do you know the answer?
I know, I do.
Yeah, but you can't know. You can't get. You don't know the
Can't
question.
ask him again. You ask.
No, I'm not going to ask you. You ask.
You've been in the game longer than me.
Catherine wanted to know the question again. Catherine, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
God, guys.
Judy, I'm going to ask the question again. Can you pay attention?
Sorry.
OK, finally, what connects these three? Flight cancellations back in July, a backlog of GP appointments, and a blackout in Times Square. OK, all right, you ready for answers?
Yep,
absolutely.
I think so.
All right. I asked you, what did Elon Musk's Tesla robot say was the hardest thing about being a robot? What did you think?
Well, it's the same thing you struggle with, Jimmy. It was learning how to be human.
What are feelings? OK, so what have you got for this?
We've got, try and learn and be like humans. Yeah, we've got the same kind of thing.
You're trying to be human.
Why are they even trying to make robots act human in the first place?
Well, they saw Jimmy and the idea came and thought, fuck, this is what... I can't, do you know, I want you to be in Black Mirror, like one of those shows.
Yeah.
You would be, I think you could be like Peggy, right? And be one of our national treasures taking over Hollywood.
Something about robots and the ugliest dog in the world has made you think this guy.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
OK, should we take a look at a clip of this?
Yeah.
Go on, then.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are.
I am not going to be single for long.
Imagine what setting you could get that to as well.
What?
Can we have that face again? That's...
There's been a power surge in South London. Judy's on the Tesla.
Dirty South.
What's the hardest thing about being Judy's robot? My dick.
OK, all right, points all round. Richard Curtis wanted to know what once-in-a-lifetime opportunity people complained about missing. What have you all put?
Northern Lights.
Oh.
Northern Lights?
Yeah, I saw this. So I don't know what happened, but some people could see the Aurora Borealis, whatever. areola. And then some people couldn't.
Areola borealis.
Yeah. And I don't know, like from the could sees and the could nots, did you have to be up high? Is it too cloudy?
It's crap and it's overrated. It's a green cloud, looks better on your phone than your eyes.
Just Google it. It was a bit orange.
How is it once in a lifetime? You can like book holidays to go and see it.
Seeing it in the UK was kind of the once in a lifetime
But it
thing.
doesn't look like that when you look at it. It only looks like that if you've got a good camera, because lenses are better than your eyes. It's pointless. So you might as well just look at the photo.
Rob, who hurt you?
I tell you who hurt me. A trip to Iceland that cost me about 800 quid and I saw fuck all.
Yeah.
Well, normally, if you want to see the aurora borealis, you've got to squat over a mirror.
Oh, Jimmy, really? Have you just had so much work done that your bumhole is now green and pink?
I don't know if that'd be work done, but yeah, maybe. All right, take a look at these guys who thought they'd seen the Northern Lights.
Tom, we've been catfished. Have we been catfished? What was the Northern Lights here? This fucking building.
Yeah, they thought they'd seen the aurora borealis. It turned out to be a Premier Inn.
That's what this set is modelled after. The Premier Inn. I knew I'd seen it before. Is it a buffet breakfast here, or is it like a full English, or... What do you do?
It's a buffet. OK. I asked you what was unique about an audio clip of Michael Parkinson.
He's dead.
What a way to find out.
He's been dead ages, hasn't he?
Exactly.
Yes, that's why. What is it, Judy?
It's AI podcast.
Well, yeah, we put he's dead. Is it? Well, it's got to be AI.
It's AI.
It's AI.
I'm getting an interview about it in the new year.
No.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, I figured why not? Everyone's just a fucking voice to me, aren't they? So... It's interesting, isn't it? Because it sounds exactly like him.
He does.
Yeah.
So he's just.
Have you got a clip of it, Jimmy?
We've just heard it. That's how we do the answer. Because we heard it, that's how we do the answer, Judy.
Oh, my God. Can we hear the clip? Finally, I asked you what linked thousands of flight cancellations, a backlog of GP appointments and a blackout in Times Square. What did you all think?
It was the Timothée Chalamet lookalike contest. Especially the GP appointments.
Yeah.
Especially those.
We've got cyber attack, hackers, computers, internet, bitches.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why you wrote that. Broadband Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They're all sort of connected words, but not quite the story. What did you get?
CrowdStrike, which is the name of the company that went down.
It was, of course, the CrowdStrike Microsoft outage.
No, don't we get one for cyber attack?
Because
No, it wasn't a cyber attack.
No, but it was an internet company.
Wasn't a
cyber.
cyber.
The crowd.
Wasn't a cyber attack.
It was a software
Wasn't.
update. They did the software update and broke everything in the world.
Oh, it was...
Well, it's cyber, innit?
No, Judy, fair
It's
play.
cyber.
Fair play. We ain't got that.
No, OK. So, points. No points, no points. OK, now it's time for a special bonus round. This is the part of the show where I introduce a mystery guest. All you need to do is tell me who they are. However, you can only ask yes or no questions. Please welcome my mystery guests.
OK.
It's a pleasure to see you. Now, they obviously don't know who you are. They're going to ask yes or no questions. Please, have at it.
Did you audition for Birds of a Feather?
Right, hey, can we at least...
Are you two super viral famous?
Oh.
It doesn't help if you just nod your head.
Oh, my God.
It helps everyone else. Yes.
Was you the lady hanging out the window with your breast showing?
OK, so this is...
something.
Well done, Judy. We've really fucked the mystery guest round.
I'm going to say that's the best interrogation scene I've ever seen. No. Are you in Birds of a Feather? And then immediately the right answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, that stands.
You know
that
what?
needs to run in one continuous shot. You've just got cinema, Jimmy, and you're questioning it. Sometimes magic happens. Just celebrate it.
Plus, Catherine Catherine said viral video, and I just thought, what was the best? But it was the. Has anyone seen it?
No.
It was the. Honestly, I love you, girls. It was the. I pissed myself, me and my friends.
You pissed yourself? She pissed down herself.
Your tits are great, girl. They were
Only that way up, not this way up. It's all different.
Can we explain what happens in the video?
So Chris is here now. Chris is blind. So can you explain exactly what happened?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you were locked out and you tried to get in...
There was one top little window open and the brains of the operation next to me decided to hoof me through that.
Oh.
Which I got
Head
stuck
first.
first on my thighs and peed around my neck.
Oh, you
While
yes.
I was hanging like a bat, yeah.
Yeah, so you're upside down, shirt off, boobs out,
Boobs out.
and then you pissed up yourself.
It pulled in my collarbone.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, excuse me. We lost a detail there. The urine pooled where?
In my collarbone.
Oh, how lovely. Well, we've all been there.
Hang on.
Imagine the audio description. A warm, golden liquid caresses her breasts.
I think we know who it is. I'm going to say points all round because...
No, Jimmy.
Well, write down your answer then. Let's see if the others get it right.
They're never getting it. She's not seen it. He's not seen a computer. These two, he's blind, and he's had no idea.
This is a standoff situation, right? They've never even seen it. I just stood up in heels.
Judy Love.
Yeah. Well, you just
stood up in heels.
Well, I deserve... No one
I just stood up in heels. Can I have a point?
You get my point, girl. You get my point.
So, all right, we'll just give the points to you then, Judy, if you want to be greedy.
Thank you.
That is fair, yeah.
Let's have a look. It's magnificent.
It's so good.
I can't wait to see that.
OK, so here we go. Oh, yeah, I'll get you up there, no problem. What could go wrong? Oh. OK, I can't hold it any longer. I'll just have a piss up myself. And then... What have you done to commemorate this?
Got a tattoo done.
You got tattoos done? Of what? Of you upside down?
Oh,
in a... Let's have a look.
Yeah.
No.
Where's the tattoo?
Yeah.
What are we... Hang on, here it comes.
Oh,
that is...
She's got my tits on her leg.
She has got your tits on her leg, yeah. Let's see what that's done to the scores. I can tell you, Richard and Catherine have 16. Rob and Judy have 19. Maisie and Chris also have 19. Neck and neck. That's it for this part. Thank you to Lisa and Lisa. Thank you. See you after the break.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz, the show that really makes you think. Mainly it makes you think, really? Was that this year? Huh. Our next round is all about people. It was the year of Biden and Trump. Trump won the US election, and there was a certain poetic justice. Trump got rid of Americans' abortion rights, and now Americans can't get rid of him. On the upside, Trump wears so much fake tan, he's technically the second person of colour to become president. Right, time for some more questions. This image of a man made headlines back in March. Why?
If Chris gets this and we don't.
People thought he was someone.
He is a man who's in his either badly kept late 40s or early 50s. He's got salt and pepper hair. It's not receding. And then his nose is quite swollen, like he has maybe a medium alcoholism issue.
Yeah. I think the
Audio
alcohol problem,
description.
I don't know if you can...
This is the thing, Jimmy. You're not a friend to the blind like I am. And I know.
I don't
Chris
think
will-
you're that unattractive.
Oh, my.
Friend to the blind is the term we use for her.
I'm honestly a friend to the blind. More and more every year.
Yeah.
And Chris will back me up in saying that you can't be kind with audio description. You just have to say it with C.
How
Now,
would you
Chris-
audio describe me?
A super hunk.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a really good self-edit.
I say Jimmy has the work ethic of an immigrant and the personal wealth of the country that immigrant had to flee.
That's why you're one of the best.
I'd say your laugh is the reason your parents never tickled you growing up.
Oh my God.
Wow. She's great. You have these just locked and loaded.
And an AI Jimmy would give itself away because it'd have a personality.
This is the best bit of the show. OK. Question 2 in this round. Lily Allen revealed that she's paid less by Spotify than she gets from another surprising side hustle. All I want to know is, what is Lily Allen's side hustle?
Crochet.
What's right?
Crochet. I'll try it a third time. Crochet. Yep, it actually keeps building.
For our next question, and I cannot stress this enough, you're going to have to watch it. For our next question, it's over to Nella Rose.
Hi, Jimmy. As you know, I like to keep abreast of the viral trends online. And back in April, I couldn't help but notice people thirsting over a viral picture of Mark Zuckerberg. The picture was subtly edited, turning Zuck into a daddy in the process. So can your team tell me what edit was made, please? The girls want to know.
So,
Another great job.
She was great.
Yeah.
Good energy.
Thank you for respecting the quiz. Yes.
Yeah, so Nella wants to know what was added to a picture of Mark Zuckerberg that made him a daddy. What made people thirst after him? I don't know. OK, for our final question, it's over to esteemed actor Charles Dance. He will be reading an extract from a celebrity autobiography released this year. But who is the mystery author? Over to you, Charles.
I was ecstatic. The public had voted for me to go on a date with the new girl. So far, there hadn't been a girl on the show who I'd really clicked with. Even though I'd been coupled up with Lucy, who was lovely, I knew we wouldn't be more than friends. So I was excited to meet the bombshell before the others. I put on the tightest pair of black trunks I could find, and some of the guys walked me to the door that led onto the terrace. Before I went through, I dropped down and did close to 100 press-ups. I kid you not, veins out, chest like breasts. I wanted to look muscular. I was filled with adrenaline and everyone was laughing, so I told them to leave me alone and let me get in the zone, like I was about to get in the ring. I walked onto the terrace, looked in the corner, saw Molly sat in the hot tub and thought, oh my God, yes. I've never seen anyone who was more my type. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was as if the production team had waved a magic wand.
How's everyone? OK, I've got some answers. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, OK. I asked you why this man made headlines. What did you put, Maisie?
This
Chris,
one
what do you
was
think?
hard. We just guessed, is it a big Al Pacino?
Richard, Catherine, what have you got?
I thought it looked a little bit like a disgruntled Russell Crowe disconnecting his cable TV. In a good way.
Or pulling a lost snake out of his personhood.
OK.
You call it personhood. You should narrate porn.
Yeah.
Rob, Judy?
Well, we think it's what people think might be Banksy. That's why I drew the girl with the balloon. I tried to draw a wrap. It looks like a tampon. Sorry.
I mean, the art is very, very poor, but that is the right answer. People thought that was Banksy. OK.
Banksy likes me, you know.
Does he use the same scaffolding company as the people that do your face?
Oh, we're
back to round two. Ding,
ding. Catherine, come on.
Because when he did the installation Dismal Land...
Yeah.
He booked me to do stand-up there. And then there have been other instances, like...
So, do you take that as a compliment?
Dismal Land. He booked you in Dismal Land. This place is Dismal Land.
I'll tell you what, I'll be shit, guys. Catherine Ryan.
Work is work. Remember that, everyone. Work is work.
Nice, OK. Next, I asked you what Lily Allen's side hustle was that made her more money than Spotify. Did you all get this?
Yeah, she's selling pics of her trotters, isn't she?
Very nicely put.
She is.
I had a peek on there. She's got lovely, lovely, lovely feet. Not anyone can just whack their trotters onto OnlyFans.
Oh, you reckon? I thought you could have, like, the most mash-up feet and make money. Because there's people that will want you to, like, smash potatoes with
What's
your
she doing
toes.
with her feet?
So, sorry, Judy. Whoa. We can't just ride on as if no one said smash potatoes with your toes. What?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's had someone
Have you had
ask.
weird offers?
I mean...
What have you been asked to do?
Mashed potatoes with your trotters.
You know...
Mashed potatoes with your feet?
Like, you stepping in mashing potatoes with...
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but it's... Can we take a look at your trotters?
They're not that pretty. My feet are...
OK, that's getting on a website ASAP now.
Yeah, there you go.
They're nice,
nice.
Here, Judy, come stand on these.
Wow.
What are we doing
Didn't
now?
even question it.
This is really... Wait a second, Judy. Keep going. I'll do the audio description for Chris.
I need a pot to put them in. Where's the one you threw?
Here you go.
This is my pot of sweets. This is the only thing I come here for.
We're making the show viral.
By the time I finish this, you might come
You want
again.
some more sweets?
OK, so Judy is... she's picking up jelly babies with her toes and dropping them in a cup, and it's maybe the least erotic thing I've ever seen.
I mean, Judy, you're giving this away for free. It's ruining your revenue stream.
I've only got one more to do. 3. Come on. 2.
Get it in a cup. Oh, my God.
Did I actually miss out on something there, or did I get away with it?
I think you...
Honestly, I wish I was blind. OK, so that was... So Lily Allen's side hustle is an OnlyFans where it's $10 a month for membership. Very, and those are her little feet.
They're lovely little
Look,
toes.
Judy, she's got nice feet.
Is that 1 foot?
Yeah.
OK, we asked you what was added to a picture of Mark Zuckerberg that made people thirst over him. What did you put?
We put a moustache.
OK.
Ooh.
What did you go for?
He had a fit beard.
A fit beard?
Yeah.
What have you gone for, Catherine?
I thought a beard would be daddy, but Richard disagreed and put a tunnel into
his stomach.
A what, sorry?
A tunnel.
Into...
His stomach. You can just go in whenever you want.
Well, let's have a look, shall we? So that's what he looks like on the left, and then they've basically Chris Martin'd him.
Wow, Rob, don't ever cut off your beard.
Really?
Because he looks hotter with the
You know
beard.
that's not me, yeah?
No.
OK, Charles Dance read an extract from an autobiography from this year. Who do you think wrote that autobiography?
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
OK, let's go over to Charles Dance for the answer.
And that was, of course, an extract from Lightning Can Strike Twice. My Life as a Fury by Tommy Fury.
Charles Dance, everyone.
What's up?
It's time now for a bonus round. I've got a special guest. It's star of The Traitors, Diane. Hello, Diane. Now you have a question for us, drinks related.
Yes, so in the castle I was the faithful and the traitors had to get rid of the faithfuls, and as I'm partial to fizzy rosé, I was offered a fizzy rosé, but sadly it was in a poisoned chalice, which I didn't know about.
Oh.
Tonight, though, I brought some of my own poisoned chalices for the guests here. Hopefully you won't meet the same ending as I did.
Right, poison chalices, everyone. Let's
Oh.
hand these out.
I'm nervous.
OK, the question
is,
Okay.
the pop star Dua Lipa this year started a new drink trend using some very interesting ingredients. Can you name those ingredients, please?
Oof.
How many ingredients are there?
There are 3 ingredients.
Oh, God.
Three.
No.
They can't see where they're going.
Are these
Honestly,
the
it's full
robots?
of wires here.
They stink.
Ah,
Pickle
you tried
in
this?
there, isn't
No.
there?
Yeah.
There's pickle.
Yeah.
Tastes like my nan's attitude.
I'm smart.
Write down your answers. What 3 things are in this drink?
Pickle.
Is that Worcester sauce?
There's something more rank than just that in there. It tastes like arse.
I know, as well.
I think whoever's asked your tasting needs to see a doctor.
I've never tasted arse.
No.
How'd you get on this show?
Just remembered that my gran likes to watch every time I'm on the telly.
All right, so what do you all think is in this drink? Have you tried something? Do you want
We
to try
feel
something?
like we know.
No, thanks.
Are you sure?
No, I've watched the response.
OK, all right. OK, so...
Not falling for that again.
All right.
So our guess is jalapenos, pickle juice, and mistrust with Diet Coke.
And what was the third thing?
Mistrust.
Mistrust.
Oh, I thought you said Liz Truss.
Very similar things.
OK,
Both leave a
what
sour
have you got,
taste
Rob,
in your
Judy?
mouth.
We got pickle juice, Coke, and spiced tomato juice.
Spice and tomato. So spice, it was
No,
different.
it's not right. Maisie, Chris?
Pickle juice, soda water, and Tabasco.
The points go to...
That's right.
Richard
know.
and
That's
Catherine.
right. That's right.
Perfect. And it's genuinely unpleasant. So the ingredients were Diet Coke, pickle juice, and jalapeno juice.
And the secret mistrust.
Let's see what that's done to the scores. OK, I can tell you, Richard and Catherine, you got 20.
That's right.
Maisie, Chris, you got 22. In the lead, Rob and Judy are in the lead. How's this justice? 23. That's it for this part. Thank you again, Diane. See you after the break. Cheers. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the year. Sadly, this is the last ever Big Fat Quiz because in January, we're putting the show on Ozempic. This next round is all about sport. Back in July, England lost the final of the Euros. It's an astonishing fact that England's top goal scorer, Harry Kane, has never won a trophy at club or international level. And in fact, last Father's Day, he received a mug saying world's second best dad. After the 2024 Paris Olympics, Tom Daley announced he was retiring from synchronised diving. Sadly, his diving partner didn't retire at exactly the same time, so they didn't win anything. OK, time for some sports questions. Here's Adele talking about one of her favourite sporting moments of the year. All I want to know is, what is she talking about?
It's all that me and my friends have been talking about last night after the show and today. And I'm not saying anything. I think it's the best thing that's happened in the Olympics the entire time. Have you seen it, Eric? Have you seen it, guys? See, you have. Of course, Van hasn't seen it. Aaron, my percussionist, is pissing himself laughing. I can't work out if it was a joke, but either way, it has made me very, very happy, and me and my friends have been shitting ourselves laughing.
Shitting ourselves laughing?
OK, so what is Adele talking about? For our next question, it's over to Paralympic legend Dame Sarah Story.
Hi, Jimmy. Back in the summer, I was delighted to win my 19th gold medal at the Paralympics in Paris. Watching from the sidelines was this, the mascot for the Games. But can your teams tell me what inspired the creation of this mascot?
Oh, what was it?
OK, so what inspired that Olympic mascot? It's a red triangle.
Should have been a square, but it was missing a side.
Yeah.
That's a Paralympic joke.
All right, question number 3 in the sports round. Back in August, tennis legend Andy Murray retired from tennis. He posted on X a few hours after his final match. What did he say?
Oh. What did he say? I think I know.
So his final ever tennis match. He tweeted a few hours later.
Took a bit herpes, took it right.
French Olympian Anthony Amorati
Say
made
no
headlines
more.
for crashing out of the Olympics
Yeah.
in an unusual
no, I thought
way.
that's him.
What happened? Oh, we found your level.
Oh, no.
Oh. Right.
OK.
OK.
I've got answers for you. I asked you what Adele's favourite sporting moment of the year was. What did you put?
Oh, it's Ray Gunn, isn't it?
It is Ray Gunn.
Yeah.
Ray Gunn dancing.
Yeah.
Ray Gunn, did you get this?
She's called Ray Gunn.
Her name is Rachel Gunn, and then her clever breakdance name is Ray Gunn.
Could you show us the dance? We can't afford the footage of the Olympics. What was the dance like?
How are we winning this quiz?
This is why I'm dressed
Did it,
casual
Catherine?
today.
She went,
Come on,
OK.
Judy.
There we go.
Do you know the whole dance?
That's what she did.
Oh, my God.
Did you have the little... Yeah.
When you were both up there doing that sort of juttery stuff like that, you know when we go to a new city and there's some sort of, like, drug problem and there's all those zombies? Something like that.
That's what she looked like.
Oh, Chris, you couldn't enjoy my breaking.
No, it's all right.
I also couldn't enjoy it.
Just move on, Jimmy.
Yeah. Dame Sarah Story asked what inspired the Olympic and Paralympic Games mascot. What did you think?
I just turned to Chris and he just went, Le Fridge.
It was something about freedom. The freedom fridge.
You're close.
What?
The fridge of freedom.
What did you put, Richard? Catherine?
A clitoris, because I don't think it looks like a clitoris, but when I was in Paris, they said they don't like their mascot because they think it looks like a French clitoris. And...
OK, Rob, Judy?
Well, Judy went to the Olympics and Paralympics and she said it was blood cells, spat on my face by accident, and then said hearts.
The Frisian cap. So it was the symbol of the French Revolution.
Jimmy, Le Fridge, surely.
Well, I'll ask him upstairs. Do they get a point for Le Fridge? No.
What? Are you joking?
All right, keep your hair on, or maybe don't.
I am not having shit from you when you look like a cross between Lady Diana and Hillary Clinton. Stay in your lane.
That's right, but OK.
Joe
If you
Pesci
two
did
could
it.
stop flirting for a minute. I asked you what Andy Murray posted on X hours after his retirement. What did you put?
Blood cells are
No,
not...
we didn't put blood cells. That was the last one. We put
Andy Murray did not tweet blood cells.
/ hearts. We put never liked tennis anyway. Did he
That's
say
exactly the right answer.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
What did you put? Catherine?
We put that too.
Never liked tennis anyway.
Yeah.
Did you put that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK.
I never liked...
Like tennis anyway. It makes no sense and it's needlessly long.
Maisie?
Never
Chris?
liked tennis anyway.
OK, never liked tennis
I've
anyway,
got
yeah.
it.
Finally, I asked you how French Olympian Anthony Ammirate crashed out of the Olympics. I presume you all got this.
Yeah.
You bet.
What a guy. Well, I didn't get his proper name, but pole vault knob guy.
I told you his name.
Oh, well, then you've already covered it.
Well, he didn't, that was the problem.
Perfect. Rob, Judy, do you get this?
His private parts hit the pole bar.
Thing.
Delightful.
You would take everybody knowing that your knob knocked the pole off the pole vault thing over a gold medal any day of the week.
I'd love my knob to knock anything over. What are you dealing with, Rich?
What am I dealing with?
Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah. I noticed, Richard, you're the only one here just protecting your career.
As if I have a career. I wouldn't be here. This is where people go to die.
Yeah, I wish that was more of a joke from you. Yeah, he knocked the pole off with his penis. Now, we're going to have what I can only describe as a very insensitive round now, Chris. It's time for Say What You See.
Just write nothing and he'll get points.
I love how flexible the format is, depending on who's on it.
Yeah, OK, let's...
What round are we on?
What round? Well, you're on round one.
I think I've got more chance at this than Judy has.
Maisie will be your eyes for this, Chris.
Oh, God.
Say what you see. Take a look.
Right.
This is a sporting headline from the year.
Sporting story.
Sporting headline from the year.
And then a big setup. Oh, no, it's Shearers. It's Shearers. So it's Shearers. Oh, invests. He's at the guy is...
What is the building, Jimmy?
Oh, yes, you've got it! Well done!
OK. Time's up. Let's have a look and see what you got. Maisie,
That's tough
Chris,
times.
Chris, let's go to you. What did you say what you saw.
OK.
Come on, man, you got this.
Ed Sheeran invests in Boyhood Club.
Ed Sheeran in vests in Boyhood Club is exactly the right answer. Rob, what did you write?
I've written Ed Sheeran, pub, arms, pub, boyhood, dance.
Oh, so close. And what have you gone for, Richard, Catherine?
Well, we put double-crossed instead of vests. It would have been good, because he had...
Double-crossed?
He was double-crossed in a pub. By the Riddler.
OK, so just so we're clear, beaten by a blind man in the Say What You See round.
Yeah.
I mean...
I'm not going to lie, it's shocking.
First Strictly, now this. There's nothing you can't do.
Because he's not even blind.
And that's a double-cross.
How else is he going to beat me and Say What You See? Richard Ayoade, we're both pretty smart. One of us is smart.
I've got Rob Beckett.
OK, let's have a look and see what that's done to the scores. Oh, well, this is unbelievable. Richard and Catherine, you've got 23 points. What? Joint leaders, Maisie and Chris, and Rob and Judy leading.
No idea.
Let's make up again.
There's no justice. Time for a break. And as I say to my girlfriend during sex, you can turn over if you like, but it won't be as much fun for you. See you in 5. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz, where looking at the scores, I can tell you it literally could be more exciting. The next round is all about the year's water cooler moments. Farmers mounted huge protests against increased taxes. I personally hope the farmers succeed, and in unrelated news, thinking about buying a farm. All right, for our first water cooler moment, it's over to Love is Blind's Jasmine and Bobby.
Hi, Jimmy. In Love is Blind, we took the plunge, leaving the dating scene behind us.
But we were intrigued by a viral dating trend this summer that had people actively seeking a not necessarily conventionally handsome boyfriend with a svelte body and angular features.
A term was coined for this type of boyfriend. Can your teams tell us what it was?
Do you know?
Yeah.
OK.
Here's some celebrity examples.
Yeah, perfect examples.
So what is the name of the trend?
Saltburn.
Saltburn.
Just the name of a film that came out the year before. Fine.
Really?
Back in June, this woman became an internet sensation for responding to the question, what's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time? What did she say? I can tell you, Hayley Welsh is her name.
Oh, I know.
And she's being interviewed in
Hang on, Judy's
Texas.
got an answer.
Finally. It's Judy's... We found Judy's specialist round now. OK, take a look at these people taking part in an online travel trend this year. What are they doing? So these guys are, Chris, staring into the middle
They're all
distance.
sat on a plane, staring.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
OK, here's a clip of a group of kids on TV in Ireland back in September. All I want to know is, what are they talking about?
It was just crazy. I don't think anybody in the cabin expected it. Anybody in the world expected it. So we made it for Cronin and Og, but we put it up online and somehow it blew up.
Brilliant. OK, you ready for answers?
Yeah.
All right, OK. So we asked you what dating trend had people looking for not necessarily conventionally handsome boyfriends with svelte bodies and angular features. What did you think?
Rodent man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
You sound like a nan having road rage.
Yeah.
Rodent man.
The Marvel Universe has gone too far this time.
OK, what do you think it was, Maisie? Chris?
We put rodent boy / sexy rat boy.
Yeah, that's what
It's called hot rodent, officially. And it is these men who have tiny, beady little eyes, angular features, ears protruding a lot of the time, but it's like somehow they're sexy. I don't get it.
OK, so I think points all round for Rodent Boy.
Thank you.
I asked you how this woman responded to the question, what's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time? What did you all put?
I don't even know what either of these terms denotes.
Where have you been, Richard, this year? Where have you been?
I've been revisiting early 1950s British noir.
Well, this happens quite a lot in noir movies.
Yeah.
I reckon Richard's reply a good cryptic crossword.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. At least some dignity in the affairs.
I did answer the question. So a stranger in the street asked her how to make a man go crazy, and she said in an adorable Southern accent, "You gotta spit on that thing, give him a hot tour." And everybody
well, let's take a
loved
look.
it.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk tour and spit on that thing. You get me?
And now she's a captain of industry.
I call it the Catherine Ryan story.
OK.
What, Richard, just out of interest, what is your go-to move in bed?
What do you mean, out of interest? Out of interest.
Rob, what's your move in the bedroom?
Just try everything, throw the kitchen sink at it and hope for the best. and if something's not working, don't get down. Well, maybe get down, see what you need to do. But just keep morale up, keep going, and everyone's trying and aiming for the same thing.
Keep morale up.
Yeah. Because sometimes...
morale!
No,
It sounds like he's going to bring Vera Lynn in.
No, come on. Honestly, no.
We'll meet again. I asked you what travel trend these people were taking part in. What did you put?
Well, it sort of carries on from the last conversation, raw dogging.
Oh.
Well, sometimes that can help with not letting morale down.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you all get this?
Well, yeah.
This is going on a flight, no devices, no entertainment, just staring at the map.
It's all bollocks. It's just for an Instagram photo and then they all put the telly on.
Yeah.
I asked you what a group of kids were talking about on Irish TV. What did you put?
Oh, Chris knew this. He said rap song called The Spark.
OK, what did you put? Rob, Judy?
Judy...
Viral...
Rap.
Rap.
OK, and you've got...
Richard got this one.
Junior production of Waiting for Godot. I'm working a different room here.
I'm tempted to give it to you because it's so close. Let's take a look.
Think you can stop what we do? I doubt it. We've got the energy, we'll tell you all about it. I searched for my spark and I found it. Everybody in the crowd start bouncing.
It's a ball.
Yeah, all right. OK, so all comes down to this, the big question. And to ask it the stars from one of this year's biggest TV hits, please welcome Electro, Phantom and Diamond from Gladiators. OK. I don't know where to look, genuinely.
Jimmy, they could knock you out.
They could knock me out? Or are you having a laugh? Do you want to take us to the gun show?
A gun show? I don't know what Electro was saying.
Where the guns?
We don't think you've been Jim a day in your life.
Wow, Jimmy, don't...
I am Jim.
Jim, you look like you've been fucking laminated.
Now, you've been on Celebrity Gladiators.
Yes.
What was your gladiator name?
The Beaver. The crowd, they're all kids, isn't it? They all started chanting, Beaver, Beaver. And they're all, because he's in Sheffield, they're all like Northern kids, they're all going, come on, the Beaver.
Gladiator names, what would you have?
I'd be called Spice.
Yeah.
Like the drug?
Maisie?
I've got my glitters on today, so maybe singing off your hymn sheet, I'd go a little bit... I'd go glitterous.
Also, it'll be hard to find you, won't it, when they're playing a game?
For you, Rob.
So I feel like we're not, like, talking man to man, like, you know...
Man to man?
Yeah, what do you press?
I mean, how much do you weigh?
65 kilograms.
Could you pick Jimmy up?
You could look at me.
100%.
Yeah, we can do that. We can try and get you, come on, just
all right, if I...
Are we scared, mate?
All right, I feel slightly...
Go on,
okay.
gang. Yeah. Snap him.
Tip
What do
yourself.
you mean, snap him? I just put my
Ready?
hand down. Yeah, go on. Hit me up. Oh.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, it's
there
actually...
we go. There we go. All right.
Actually, if you're interested, this is how I come in the box.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus. All right. OK, so you've got a question. What's the...
The fluid is draining away from the hair. You need to hurry up.
OK, cool.
What was the most watched single sporting event of 2024 in the UK?
Well, it'll be this after it goes out. All right, second question.
What film had the biggest weekend opening at the UK box office?
OK.
And who was the most streamed artist on Spotify in the UK?
OK, so most streamed artist, biggest box office weekend for a movie, and whatever the other one was. I'm having a lovely time.
Sporting event.
Most watched single sporting event.
And then for this...
OK, if they've got answers, can you turn me round so I can see them a bit better? Whoa, whoa. No, no. Just over that way.
It's like, I didn't think you could look more or less human.
All right, OK, have you got your answers? Let's get your answers.
Yep.
Maisie, Chris, what have you got?
our screen's frozen, but we...
OK.
Right. Euros final for the first one, Wicked for the second, and then Ed Sheeran for the last.
OK. What have you gone for? Rob, Judy?
Euro final, Wicked and Taylor Swift.
And what have you gone for?
Was there football this year? Euros finale, Wicked, and Taylor Swift.
OK, I can tell you what it is. Euros final, Wicked, and Taylor Swift. Legs first. Oh, my God. Right, let's see what that's done to the final scores. OK, that means... Oh, my God, there is no justice in this world. In last place, even though they, I think, did the best, Maisie and Chris with 40.
I can't believe that. Cannot believe it.
In second place, they barely took any interest with 41 points, Richard and Catherine.
I was interested.
This year is mental. The Big Fat Quiz winners, Rob, Becky and Judy Love. That's it for the Big Fat Quiz. A big thank you to our brilliant panel, our special guests, and thank you all for watching. Good night.